Peace, blessings, love, and light. This little update is going to talk about your awareness and meditation and some things that recent revelations that I have received through practicing vipassana, and also some of the things that I read that confirmed my practice, or confirmed the wisdom that I learned in my practice. The first thing I would like to talk about is the present moment in your meditation. And one of the biggest things I do want to say is when you go for formal meditation, take some pride in what you're doing, and make it beautiful. Make it beautiful enough for you to want to continue to do what you're doing. When you go for meditation, don't just plop yourself down like a bag of wet laundry. I found out that a lot of my meditation was actually shortened because I wasn't giving the proper respects. The proper respect due towards what I was doing. I'd come straight to meditation, just sit down and kind of be like, well, hope for the best, let's get in there. Instead of taking my time and allowing myself to focus, allowing myself to sit before even meditating, sitting down to collect my thought, collect myself, to get myself in the zone or presence of awareness to know what I'm even doing. Why am I here? What am I here for? And to give an example, it's like having a water with sediment in it. And when you sit down, although the water inside of a cup is still, and it is, it's not moving around. There's still sediment in the water that is still spinning around and, trying to find its place before it sinks to the bottom and settles. That is the same thing with your body. Once you sit down in your formal sitting situation, in your meditation, your heart rate has to slow down, your mind has to slow down. There's a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of a lot. And you have to collect yourself first. So let that subside, however long that takes for yourself. For me, I found out that it takes about at least a half an hour. So before I curl up into the lotus or half lotus, coconut, mango position, banana cream split position, or whatever position that you hold that brings you awareness, before you get into your lucky little stance or whatever it is, just sit down and have a few breaths and think about what it is. Get yourself in the mood to fully accept the present moment. The present moment is where you're going to find your peace and your tranquility. And holding the present moment is not as easy as it sounds. I see my present peace, my present tranquility as light as a feather. And your thoughts that are constantly always arising in that state of tranquility are like the wind. So every time you have a thought that has nothing to do with the present moment, it will take your present moment and push it somewhere else, and you have to wait until it settles back again and feels comfortable before you can focus on it again. I kind of like to think of the present moment like a preposition in English language training. So you would have here, there, this, that, preposition of time, meaning present, past, and future. And now, then, and later. And I try to keep everything, all of my thoughts, based on these classifications. If I have a thought and I realize that I'm inside of a thought world or a thought bubble that has come up in my meditation, I place it in the proper category. Is it here? Is it there? If it is there, then you need to discard it. If it is that, it needs to be discarded also. If it is the future, discard. If it is the past, discard also. It needs to be here and now. So that is one of the biggest things that really did help me inside my meditation, is finding out what preposition that I'm in. I need to be right here sitting, focusing on my meditation object. Meditation object can also vary between your experience and what you find more helpful to keep you of your present moment awareness. I like to start off and be cautious of my breathing. Breathing is so important, and is something that was always with you. It can, anapanasati, what is called in Bali, anapanasati, is very important for so many reasons. Each thought that pulls you away from the present moment affects the way that your breathing is. And not only does it affect your breathing, it will present itself as tensions inside the body, stress points, whether it be your shoulders, whether it be your back, whether it be your neck, whether it be your knees, whether it be your hands, your jaws, your eyebrows. And I know it sounds a little strange, but think about it like this. If you want something so badly, usually you squint your eyes because you're focused in on it. You really want something, and that is a sign right there that the want and craving is too much. You're a little too eager. You want something too bad. And wanting something so bad is just a sign that it is moving away from you faster. Remember, it's sediment, and sediment takes time. The more you chase, the more energy that you exert, and the more you become comfortable in the present moment, the here and right now, it will come to you, because that's its nature. It's going to come directly towards you, kind of like a magnet. You have a lot of problems with your back and your shoulders. That sounds to me, when you have a lot of stress on your shoulders, there's a lot of burdens right there. You're a little too serious. You need to have fun with this. This is not something where this is not torture or prison. This is tranquility. Tranquility is not supposed to be heavy where it hurts your shoulders, where it hurts your back. It's supposed to be something light, No matter if you have a bag full of feathers, it's still light. So anyway, we're going to continue on here, and I wanted to share this beautiful statement that I read in the book, and this book is called Wings to Awakening from Thanissaro Bhikkhu, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said that your karma is your intention, and your intention is what you've been paying attention to. Your intention is what you always direct your attention to. And the result of what you've been paying attention to is your perception, and it is also your feelings and perceptions and your view. And it is those things that forge your actions. Your view, your perception, your feelings is what forges your actions. It is what makes you act a certain way. And that is what forms your karma. The last wing of your karma. The first part of your karma is your intention. The last actual manifestation of your karma is your actions, so to speak. Okay. So what that means to me is, what I understood from that is what you think you become. What you are always paying attention to is what you actually become. Well, that is something that you manifest. So it's always a good idea to go backwards and forwards with your intention all the time. Always reaffirm your intention. My intention of doing this is for what? Always kind of check your intention and what you pay attention to, and ask yourself, why do I pay attention to this so much? Why am I giving this more attention than something else? Is this the proper, more skillful way to use my awareness? Is there a better way to use my awareness? And are the actions that I am committing the best way that I could be using my time, my space, my energy, my effort? Another thing I'd like to briefly talk about is your effort and energy inside your meditation. Make sure you give the proper amount of energy and effort in your meditation. A lot of times we sit there and restlessness comes about, sleepiness, drowsiness comes about. If you're feeling restless, that's too much. You're giving too much energy to your meditation that is causing you to not be able to focus on the present moment and live in your peace, live in your tranquility. Remember, your tranquility, your harmony, your peace is right here. Don't push it away, trying to go somewhere, trying to get in touch with these spirits, trying to be outside of the body, trying to take the mind places. Where do you need to go? You're here already. Who are you trying to contact with? It's already going to get there. The thing about meditation, quickly, is that all of these spiritual heights and mystical events and fortune-telling stories and supernatural events, they're already going to happen. You don't need to chase after them especially in deep meditation. It's a give-in. So why are you chasing after it? It's already there. Why are you tripping out about something that's already going to happen? You're cutting yourself off from the real fruit of the meditation, which is present moment awareness, going higher to receive higher levels of meditation. Meditation just isn't, oh wow, I saw a past life, I've made it. Oh wow, I heard somebody say my name and I'm sure they're 5 miles, 10 miles away. Or, I saw some spirit looking at me. I saw my grandparents, my passed away grandparents looking at me, or whatever it is, these things, they are bound to happen. Don't attach to them because they're just stages. They're beautiful, they're interesting. Trust me, I get it, but that is not the end of meditation or the point of meditation. That is just a stage. Keep going forward. Another is feeling sleepy. That is natural. You're gonna feel sleepy. The body's tranquil. The body it's feeling the feelings of bliss, small points of bliss. So feeling drowsy and sleepy is natural. But that also means, if it's constantly happening, is that you're not giving enough effort, enough energy to the meditation that is taking you away from that feeling and into states of higher meditation. And as we continue, I did want to say something. I was talking to a really good sister, and she was telling me that she was having some complications with a person in her life, and she said she was very frustrated about some of the choices that this person had made, and she didn't feel that the choices that this person made were going to be beneficial for both of them, and how she wanted something else that she thought was better, and etc. She said that maybe she could take a walk in the park, and I thought that was probably the best thing that she could possibly do, was take a walk in the park. And I thought to myself, I think that taking a walk in the park, being around nature, will help you develop more natural responses to these circumstances that are appearing in your life. If you look at a tree, I told her, if you look at the tallest tree in the park, or just look at some of the bigger trees in the park, around them is always going to be a bunch of weeds, and these weeds try their best to choke the veins, to choke the roots of the tree, to stop it from growing. And these weeds grow from the same soil as the tree, but they still cling to the tree as if it's going to give the weeds life. If the tree was to sit and focus on the weeds, how would it grow so tall? It doesn't. continuously goes higher and higher and higher and doesn't pay attention to the weeds that are on the ground. It continuously goes higher and higher and goes up and elevates. We've heard the phrase over and over, grow up, grow up, grow up. Nobody says, hey man, grow down. You need to grow down. No, we always tell each other we need to grow up. So that is also reflective of us. That afflictions are going to happen even from the same soil that we are born from. But we must try to imitate the trees that grow high and are not stifled or brought to remorse by these temporary weeds that we encounter around our trunk of our tree. And always pay attention to where your mind is leading you in your formal meditations. Your thoughts are just what they are. They're only thoughts. They're views, they're perceptions. They are something that constantly changes, and they are an accumulation of what you've been paying attention to. Change your karma by changing what you pay attention to. Paying attention to things will ultimately affect the way that your perceptions, feelings are, and it will alter your actions. And what we want to do is make sure your actions are always in a mindful way, using your actions to benefit and get the full breath of the dhamma inside your life to make you a more aware person, make you a better practitioner, and just a more lighter person to be around, and have people benefit from the wisdom that you gain in your life. If I've said something that is against the practice of the Buddha, the Dhamma, of the Sangha, please scrap what I say and return back to the practice, the teachings of the wise, the noble Lord Buddha, and that's all I have for today, and I hope to see you sometime. If you have any questions, or would like to reach out to me, please leave a message, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for listening. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.